I want to get this hammer fit structure in, and on the end I want to squeeze for 5 seconds. I want to squeeze the lats. So you did it already with the warming up with 2 hands, but now you're going to try to isolate it. So make a good fist, work from the cover, and then make this circular motion. In this case it's my left hand, my right foot is forward. So I'm going to make this motion, make it as circular as I can, and on the end I will squeeze the lat for 5 seconds, and then I release and do the same. From here, squeeze, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to make one step back. I'm going to fight from restriction. So normally you would feed the pad like this and would work from this position, and it's still working, but because you're going to work from a band, you have to be careful you don't twist the wrist. So this is a safer target for me as the one hitting the pad, because some people, if they present it to flat, normally you will make it work. But when there is a band pulling, your wrist has the intention to do this, and then you're gonna injure your wrist. So when you work with the band, this is the best target in my opinion. So from this position, I make a good fist, still keep this aligned. So don't make this canting motion, otherwise you get injury. So find a real healthy pulling on the end of your strike, yes, and don't make it choppy. Try to get this in. So work with the whole body mechanics and drop your body weight. So from this position, get this one in. Shbam, 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 shbam. Now this position, now she can present it the way she should, and now we can work from the count.
1,
Spam,
2,
spam,
3,
spam,
4,
spam,
5,
spam,
6,
spam,
7,
spam,
8,
spam,
9,
spam,
10.
spam. The good thing about this patch is that it is kind of canted, but still she needs to flip it over, present with this structure so she get a strong base, so I can spam, make the whole body weight behind it. Important is with a hammer is that you really make the whole body mechanics. So that means also open up the chest, and from this position you smash down as you make the circular motion with your arm and you drop body weight. So also open the chest, don't make it too choppy. Under real fight stress it already becomes really small, so you want to exaggerate the motion in your training. Also behind every shot, again, the mental aspect, the aggression on the switch. So every shot should be with full on intention. That's really important. That's the difference that makes the difference. So now it's her side. So you do 2 sets or 3 sets, I have to say, left and right. So she's squeezing the lat on the end, she keeps the arm bent. She's squeezing the lat now and also retracts. So she makes a more circular motion than this. Not choppy, make it circular. Boom, yes, and now she's squeezing. Again, up. Now we can strike from restriction. Mooi niet. Drop body weight. Die vuist. 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, drop body weight, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, with the elbow structure, to grab it here, the rest I'm gonna keep in this hand or this hand, doesn't matter that much. But what you want to do now is make the elbow, you need to work for it. But try to get it off your body, and only on the end part it will squeeze, because if you do this, it's too easy. Yeah, that's only rotational from the core, so let your arm also do the work. So what I'm doing right now is try to get this structure in, slow, and again I hold it and I get back. So get it under the armpit, don't do it like this because it's really painful for the skin also. So from this position, so I try to get it off my body as much as I can, only in the end, yes, but you now feel the pressure on the structure here. So from this position, do the same. 5 seconds, hold it, and back. Try to get the whole rotational core in. Also the feet should pivot on the feet. So think about the elbow, hold it 5 seconds, and back. So what you want to do is now pivot on the feet, use the point of the elbow in the center of the pad. So don't full arm, point of the elbow, center of the pad. All rotational, yes? So this is 75% rotational, 25% drop in body weight. So she's using all the pivot of the feet, everything in the transverse plane. Looks kind of silly with the elbows, but you want to work from a restriction. 6, 7, 8, hold. 9, hold. Longer. 10, hold. Hold. Okay, working from restriction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now without restriction, from an attachment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to work from the left and the right knees. Although we're going to, in the end drill, train one side, I don't want you to train them all. So I'm going to start with the right knee now. So if I would fire a right knee from this position, I need to, of course, all the muscles work together. But first fire this quad, and then when I make this knee structure, I'm also firing this quad, but also this hamstring in my ass. Yes, so on a pre-fatigue them first, then knee from restriction, and then we're going directly to the knees without a restriction. So from this position now, I will put this one around my neck. So in this position, I will find again a healthy resistance, and I'll make this structure first. 1, 2, and I will squeeze the muscles when I'm here. Yes, for 5 seconds.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So you want to squeeze the muscles at the end, really squeeze them as hard as you can for 5 seconds. Now, because we're going to start with the right knee, I will first knee with a restriction. So for this, I'll find a side clinch so you guys can see what's happening, or a normal clinch, doesn't matter. I'm going to work now knees from a restriction. band is around my ankle. It's just going to ride the energy like this. So I'm aiming for the groin in this case, yes? You can also smash the forearm in, but for now we just keep an attachment, yes? So she's counting.
1, 2, 3,
Hold for 5 seconds. 1, 2, squeeze the muscles on the top. So in a concentric hold, isometric hold. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, hold, 10. Now she goes into the knees with restriction. Under ankle, attachment, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now she removes the restriction and directly goes without a restriction. 1, 2, 3, and then she 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. Okay. So normally, if I'm teaching the blitzkrieg, I always want to install my student constant forward offensive pressure. So me going forward, 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 forward. Yes, but to train the skill set, it's sometimes also good to learn how to fight when you're on the losing end, if you like, if you're on the back foot. I never installed this in my students, but this drill allows me to use the same tools backwards. And what I'm trying to reach with this is to teach my students how to fight from the back foot, but also if you don't have the space to train extreme close quarters, for example, because restricted striking I would use a wall and I would do the same drill against the wall so I cannot escape. But if I'm training in the open field, for example, I cannot do this. But what I do in this case is I let the one holding the pads coming forward. So if I want to make a palm strike, the best way to make a palm strike is of course when the whole reach is there. But if I have in my head, for example, palm, hammer, hammer, elbow, as he's coming forward and I'm standing here and I make the palm, I have now restricted palm. If she's coming forward again, I'm going on the back foot. Again, it's not what I want to install in my students, but for this type of training, it could be fun to mix up. If he's coming forward, I will now work from the back foot, make a restricted strike, and because he's coming forward, I still restricted a hammer fist, and now because he's still coming forward, my elbow is also some kind of restricted. In this case, now I make a transition, and if she wants to do it now, push, I can boom, put a restricted knee in. Yes. So again, I'm not trying to install this in you. It's just a way you can use a stop hit, you can use the restricted striking part if there's no space available. If I could, I would do the same skill, of course, from this position, wall my back, my pad feeder is holding me here. Now I can maybe make a restricted palm, or I directly go to the hammer, hammer, elbow. So it is restricted if she's pushing forward. So let's say you train in the open field, a good way to teach your students fighting from the back foot, of course for the recovery, so you now can go forward, 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 forward. It's also fun to do this same drill on the back foot when she's coming forward, forward, forward. So the pad feeder is gonna give you pressure. So automatically your skill set becomes restricted striking. Yeah, looks something like this. So what I had in mind was a palm strike, but let's say this individual came forward Now this whole palm strike structure is going to be a restricted palm. Now this is maybe a really strong individual, so he's forcing me on the back foot. And now I need to make a short hammer, comes forward, short hammer comes forward, elbow, and now it comes forward maybe to get in, and now I get the knee in. So you're fighting from the back foot, restricted striking. And again, I would never teach this student, but when I work with restricted striking, this is a nice and fun way to turn it around. Yes, you can do in this with the pad feet is you can use the traditional way coming forward, but I like to see my partner coming forward, so I need to negotiate the body more instead of pads. Yes, so what she's presenting now is this structure for the head. This is going to be mainly for the first palm strike, and this one she's put the hand the other way around in it, and she holds it flat on her chest. So this now forces me to deal with her body, and now I need to make a hammer, and an elbow, and of course this is normally in the head range. Now I make an attachment, and now I go to the knee. That's a different approach, and more difficult if you like, than if you just have the pad coming forward. Yes, I like the fact that her chest is pushing me so much forward that I am on the back foot. Yes, just a way of trying, if you like. The good thing about the pads is that this energy is really good absorption for the impact. So with this pads, for me it's good to train. I'm not damaging my training partner. So the other way around, you also have to train, so it's going to be non-dominant. So in this case, she flips the pads. This is presenting the head high, and otherwise later on she's going to the groin protection, and this one goes under collarbone. So I can directly go from impact, and she's going to give me healthy pressure. So I directly need to go to my hammer, elbow, find an attachment, and get the knees in. Yes, looks something like this. So you now see that the palm, hammer, elbow, knee come together in a restricted way of striking. You can also do the same against the wall, even better, because I don't want to install in my students fighting on the back foot, but it's good if they possess the skill set. Yes, but always keep in mind constant forward offensive pressure. So hopefully you can use this training. You can work on your fitness, and you can work on your restricted striking like this. So play with this principle and find your way doing it. Yes. The pads are really cool. Use them. There's really good high absorption in it. You can use them like this. You can hit 100%. And yes, really Combatives training gear. Really great pads to have in your toolbox. Yes, to train your skill set and bring your skill set to another level.